Yeah.
Well, on my version of Zoom, it's along the bottom and it's here now. So, Adam, you smart aleck with your bet with Fee Rye, take it away.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Good to have you here. I suppose the purpose of today, first and foremost, is a couple of things. First of all, I want to help you guys understand the pay plan for yourself, most importantly, but secondly, for your team. I think when you can deliver on certainty and direction for your team, that makes for a strong business. So that's one thing that's really important. The second thing that we're going to talk about is building out a 12 to 18 month plan on hopefully a six-figure income and beyond. Now, I can't guarantee that, but I know if you follow the steps and you get focused, that turning this into a six-figure income in the next 12, 24 months, maybe even 3 years, it can be possible for you with the right strategy. And I'm going to teach you guys some hacks on how to move your check quicker. But when is the right time to make the right move? So we're going to talk about some stuff around that also. Bronnie, you look worried, but we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Bronnie's like, what? I've been here for how many years, Bronnie? She's like, I didn't hear the hacks. So we're going to talk about some hacks in doing that, right? So in getting that. Because I think that at the end of the day, guys, I don't know about you, but I came here to make money and all the other things. But the reason I went into Juice Plus is that I'd heard of some incredible stories of people creating a really good income. And I want to just preface that a little. I'm actually not obsessed about money. I'm not a money hungry person. I'm actually not that good at managing money, to be honest. I'm always looking for ways to improve and have good people in my corner keeping me accountable to be better at it. But I also know that without money, it doesn't give me the things that I am obsessed about. The things that I am obsessed about is choices and lifestyle and contribution and being with my family as much as I can and experiencing life to the fullest. So that's what I'm obsessed about. You know, my traditional business did rob me of my life for many, many years. Yes, golf memberships aren't cheap either. But it's all those things. I want to be able to say yes to lots of things. I like the idea of living a full life, a good life, and I like nice stuff. I don't like camping, that's for sure. So, and I know camping's pretty cheap, but everything else is expensive. So camping for me is like what you do if you were broke. You'd end up homeless in a tent somewhere. Why would you work all your life to go do that? Anyway, I don't want to upset any camping people today. Let's get into this. A couple of things that I will encourage that you guys do have is that you have access to your back office today. If you have access to your back office, we are going to get into stuff. And if you are like me, that you learn while you do, then it'll be handy that you have your back office, not your virtual office anymore. You have your back office in front of you. And you also have your pig report. Does everyone know what a pig? I want to say that, not a pig report, a pig document. Does everyone have their pig document? Do you know what your pig document is? Your pig document is your profit and incentive guide. Your profit and incentive guide. You guys are never going to forget what your profit and incentive guide is because it's your hungry little pig. Right, your hungry little pig document. Now, the other thing is, I want to know who's an emerging leader right now. Who's in the emerging leader group? Can you put your hand up? I really need to see who's in the emerging leader group. Put your hand up. Hold it up high. Nick Murphy, you're in the emerging leaders group. Please put your hand up. Keep your hand up if you know where to find your profit incentive guide in the hub. Uh-oh. 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 Who does? Who does know where to find it in the hub? Yes. Can you? I just need to do so. Well, I'd like to take down the thing in the back, but if you guys saw the back, Fee and I did have a bet how many people knew, and I think I just won. So thank you guys for doing that. You might have won me a couple of drinks at conference, but let's talk about where to find it. This is a really important. This is it here. Can you see it? I don't want to get rid of this back. How do I get rid of that? I don't know how to do that now. This is what you guys need. Can you see it? I don't know this. Oh, there it is. Profit and Incentive Guide. This little document here. If you go into, you guys can, because you guys, I would like you guys to play along with me. If you go into your back office right now, if you go into back office and log in to your back office, from your back office, you go to the hamburger in the top left-hand corner, the 3 lines, and you go to Tools, and you click on Hub. Click on Hub. All with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're with me. If you're playing along and you're doing this, give me a thumbs up. If you're not playing along, put a thumbs up because we're not waiting for you if you're not playing along. The next thing is once you're in the hub, I want you to log into the hub. I know it's scary, but we're going to do it. Go into the hub. It's not that hard to find. Trust me. Stay with me. Yesterday, Fee told me it was in the hub, and I was like, Fee, I'm not finding it in the hub. And I said, no, I'm going to try to find it. And I did find it pretty quickly. So it is there. But I'll admit, I'm a bit scared of that thing too. Once you get in there, you'll see a few boxes. On the box on the left-hand side, as you look at the screen, you'll see Australian resources. Oh my God. Mel doesn't even have access to her hub. Oh man, I'm winning this bet. That's like I've just won the bet twice now. You'll have to, she would have counted on you, Mel, to know this. So make sure you message her and say, hey, you lost the bet. Australian resources. Then once you get into Australian resources, I want you guys to go to how you are paid. How are you paid? And then scroll down and go to Profit Incentive Guide. Find it? Who found it? Who's the first one to find it?
Hey, babe.
Can anyone find it?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Hello. I don't know why. It took a second to log in there. How are you going?
I'm lost.
All right. So, okay, I'm going to walk you through. Are you guys at your, so let me share screen with you guys.
I got to Australian resources and then you lost me.
Great. All right. So I'll show you. Share. I should have just done this at the start. So sign in. Can you guys see my virtual office, my back office? Yeah. You guys are going to go here to the hamburger. You're going to click on the hamburger and you're going to go to Tools. When you get to Tools, you click on Hub. This is being recorded. Adam is teaching people how to use the hub. This is amazing. Then I'm going to log in.
You just want to be Fee's favorite.
Oh, I'm not going to be. She lost the bet. So then I went into, I'll just go back. So you get here. Don't get distracted by Celine's beautiful smile. Go down and go to Australia Resources. Click on the Australia Resources. And when you get here, you'll see Juice Plus Business. Oh, maybe I didn't put that one in. Juice Plus Business. Sorry, Kelly, that's why you couldn't find it. So Juice Plus Business. Then when you get here, you go and open this file. And when you get here, you go to how you are paid. And then you scroll down and you find the little pig. Here it is, Profit and Incentive Guide. Got it? Got it. All right. So now you know where the pig document is for all you little hungry pigs that want to earn more money, right? That's how you're going to remember it from now on. Actually, by the way, I didn't know it was pig until Fee told me yesterday, and I'm like, I love pig. I'm going to freaking get this in all their heads. Pig. Love it. So let's talk about what is in the Profit Incentive Guide. Today, what I want to do is actually going to use this document. This document, guys, honestly, should be your little guide on how to learn for yourself and also for your team members as they start to grow. Now, this isn't something I'm giving to a new team member, but I'm going to use this as a tool to reference to keep going back to things. Okay, so you guys can do this, but I would have this. I've actually printed mine out, and I'm like, this is cool, this document. I knew it was there, but I probably had been a while since I dug in. So I'm going to scroll down. We're going to work through this document. If you've got it in front of you, you can write notes, take notes, do all that stuff, but we're going to talk about some specific things so you understand what some of this stuff actually means. The first, this page is amazing, by the way. We're not going to spend time on this today, but this tells you guys the cost of all the products. It tells you the installment amounts, and it also gives you the promotional points, the promo volume for each of these. Now, if you want to know the qualifying volume, you just divide it by 4, and if it's 4 monthly installments, that's the your PB volumes that you guys can do as well. Also, what you get paid at the Partner Plus level is also in that right-hand column as well. Okay, so this document has got lots and lots of cool stuff on it that you guys can reference, and you know where to find it now. Now it's on the hub. The next one, I'm not going to spend time here, but this is the roadmap to success. So this tells you guys exactly what you need to do to get certain promotions done. So the first page currently looks like this. It talks about if you're from a creating structure as well as volume and customers to get to the positions. And the next one is a customer focused. If people are taking the customer track, you guys can see this, right? So so that's that. I don't need to spend more time. This one is one that I want to spend a little bit of time on, and this is the first one which I've written. I might have something to do with maybe fooling around with this, but for me, this is learning how to open up the marketing plan. Okay, this is how to open up the marketing plan, and really, why do you want to get to SSC? There are lots of reasons why you want to get to SSC. How you maximize, if you are not an SSC, which I'm guessing many of you are here on this call today, but if you're not SSC, then I'm going to get you convinced today that you are leaving money on the table if you're not SSC, which is probably obvious straight away, and why you want to do that. So I want to walk you guys through this, and there is one little error in this that I've found that you guys can, if you print one out, you can change it, but this will get changed, okay, over the next week. So when you start at partner, the first way you get paid is you get paid 10% sales profit. SP stands for sales profit, which you guys can see up the top here, SP, sales profit. Once you get to Partner Plus, not only are you getting paid sales profit, but you're also getting paid sales profit plus, which is the additional 5% that you're getting paid once you're Partner Plus. So you get that extra 5% there. That's what it shows. Once you get to senior partner, not only your sales profit is, well, your sales profit's actually 10%. You're getting 5% for Partner Plus, and then you're getting 5% extra for senior partner. Now, the other thing that should be sitting here that's not sitting here is this one, PB. The PB should be in this one, right? So we'll make some changes to this, to the PIG document, so it is. But once you get to senior partner, you'll also start to get paid on performance bonus. That's qualifying volume, right? That's qualifying volume that we talk. So what qualifying volume is, and we'll probably come across it again in the description in this PIG report in a minute, but qualifying volume is that you're getting paid on all the sales outside of your business an extra 3%, okay? So that's qualifying volume. You're getting paid 3% extra on all the volume outside your own personal customers. Once you get to sales coordinator, you're now earning, this probably should say 10%, then you're getting an extra 15% for being a sales coordinator. You're also getting paid PB, but then once you get to sales coordinator, you open up POB, promote out bonus, which is an extra 2%, when you get to when you POB. Okay, I'm going to talk about how to unlock POB because there's a couple of things that you guys need to learn on for you to earn on POB, which is the volume outside of your business, but you earn on you've got to be, well, you don't always, but once you're POB qualified, then it's helping other people POB qualified, and then you start to earn a percentage off that business, okay? The first one's down your leg, and we'll dive into it soon. But getting to sales coordinator means that you've now opened the first 1, 2, 3, 4, and bonuses aren't here, so 5 ways we initially get paid getting to sales coordinator. Once you get to QSSC, you're going to open the 6th way you get paid. That's why you want to get to QSSC, because now you open up the 6th way potentially you get paid, which is what we call BIB, Business Investment Bonus, or bar investment bonus, which Brian and I often call when we're traveling with the team. But it's business investment bonus. Now, when you're at QSSC, you can earn between 5 and 15% extra on your earnings for the month. Did you hear that? I want you guys to hear that again. We're going to teach you guys how to get to how to open up your BIB properly. But once you get, you're not entitled to BIB until you get to QSSC. But once you get to QSSC, you have the opportunity to earn between 5 and 15% extra on your earnings for the month for each country that you have, that you earn off. Each country. Did you hear that? Like, seriously, make the most of it. And then the last is senior sales coordinator. Once you get the senior sales coordinator, the same thing. You're getting paid 10% sales profit. That should say you're going to get 15% on sales profit plus. You're going to get paid PB if you qualify. You're going to get paid POB. Not always if you qualify for POB, but you get the opportunity to earn on POB. And once you get to senior sales coordinator, your BIB is anywhere between 10 and 20%. You have the potential to earn 10 to 20% extra on what you've earned for the month on each country that you have volume. Who wants to have BIB? Yes, it's like you got to get there. All right. So what we're going to talk about how to do it. Yes, I know you guys are going to learn some stuff today. Is you're like, holy shit, I didn't know that. Maybe this is pretty cool, huh? To start to understand the comp plan. And I want to tell you guys, like, it is really cool to dive into this. The bottom bit here, to be honest, guys, is just a distraction. All this, it doesn't matter. This is how you open up the comp plan. How you open up the comp plan is you get to senior sales coordinator. Once you've got to senior sales coordinator and then you start to get the structure correct, you are now, you've opened up all the channels of earnings inside this business. Okay, so many of you, if you're already an SSC, here in the business, put number 5 in the chat. I'd love to know how many of SSCs, who is, right? So some of you guys are already, all the avenues are open now. It's just about getting it set up so you can max it out. Some of you are like, I've been QSSC. Maybe some of you guys are even SC, and you're like, well, you know, it's just a bonus. It's more than just a bonus. It's more than just a bonus, that next rank, right? And growing your business. Okay, so let's talk about, I'm not going to talk into clubs today. It's not as relevant. Obviously, you guys earn off clubs. You know, for me, you know, and I'm going to talk, I'm going to give a bit of a snapshot on my whiteboard as we get into this and give you guys a bit of a visual on how to build this thing out. But clubs, definitely a focus on clubs is important. If I'm coaching someone and supporting them, I'm actually saying focus on building a club business, and the promotions will happen along the way, right? So away you go. So the sales profit. So the thing that I just spoke to you guys about opening up all these earning avenues are here in this chat, right? In this sales, profit, plus, and qualifying, what you're opening up, what you're earning on POB, once you understand how to do it, what you're earning on PB, 3%, what you're earning as well as BIB, right? So just to remember, the only other thing actually that I probably should be mentioned is once you get to QNMD, you then have the ability to get paid on 5 generations of depth. Okay, 5 generations of depth. Now, it's very rare that someone is SSC and they've got depth outside of 4 generations, but if they had a leg really take off and they didn't have the other structure around it and they had lots of volume around it, they could be missing out on volume in their 5th generation because they can't access it, because you can't access 5 generations of depth until you're at least QNMD, and you need to be 5 PB wide, right? So remembering that, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit into that later, okay? We'll come back to that. So I'll come back to clubs and about PB width will determine PB depth, okay? So we'll talk, that's why getting your business structure right. Sandy, maybe you can remind me about PB width to PB depth when I go play on my whiteboard, and hopefully I can get rid of this silly background that Fee gave me that I don't have to put on anymore because I won the bet, if you didn't remember. All right, so let's talk about the next thing. And this is understanding some really key things in your business, guys, that you can sometimes miss. One of the big ones is this one: sales profit plus qualifier. What does sales profit plus qualifier means for you to earn off your downline? If you're an SC, you're entitled to 25%. Anyone in your downline, up whatever they're not entitled to in their business. So let's say they're a partner, and then you're a SC, you're picking up 15%. You're picking up the differential, as long as you have 345 PV. That means 345 of personal customer or your own order going through your business for the month. If you drop below 345, you don't get sales profit plus in your bank account. This is a really important one, and one that we sometimes that we can miss. I don't think I've ever had that little, I get it, but here's the thing. I want you guys to get it. Some people, yes, who knew that? Who knew this? Does anyone actually, like, what happened to my com check? Now this will show up in your summary as com. You'll have SP when you guys go to, I'm going to show you where to go, but in that com column, that can show. That number rings a bell, but never really understood it. So sales profit plus shows up in your pay summary as com, right? That's what that is. That com is the commissions, right? So if you are below 345 of personal orders, that can be your own order or your own customer orders. If you go under 345, you're not entitled to the sales profit plus, which is the leftover that your downline doesn't pick up on, up to that 25%. Does that make sense? Okay. The next one is performance bonus. We talked, and this is one I'm going to guess most of you guys understand, but to be able to access performance bonus, you first of all need to be a senior partner. You must be a senior partner to get performance bonus, right? Performance bonus is that you're earning 3% on the volume of sales that happens outside your own personal business, 3%. As you start to build a mature business, this will become a large percentage of your check. Now, if you've got what I'd call a more immature business, a younger business, if you've got a more immature or younger business that you're still earning a lot of money in sales profit, you're still earning lots of money in com as you're bringing new people up, but as your pay line grows, so will your performance bonus, your PB, that shows in your summary as PB. That's your earning off the clubs. I'm going to give you guys a quick figure that might be able to help you or get you inspired. How much do you kind of earn off it? A good rule of thumb that I was always taught is that every 20,000 in Payline that your business grows should equal about an extra $1,000 in your bank account. Okay, so every 20K of Payline, 20K extra volume Payline should be an extra $1,000 a month in your account. Okay, so when your business is flying, you have big jumps, you're probably going to see, hey, this starts to equate. Again, some of you guys go, hey, I just had a $10,000 Payline jump, and some of you guys are like, wow, I'm about to get rich. No, I'd expect that your pay should jump about $500 as long as everything else stays pretty even. Okay. So one thing to remember. A couple of things just on here. Once you become a senior partner, you're eligible to earn performance bonus each month. You get paid up to 5 generations as long as a few things are there. A senior partner and higher by generating at least 1,800. I'm going to guess you guys already know this. When you qualify for the first time, or when you qualify, you have the ability to earn on 3 generations deep. 3 generations deep, even if you don't have any other, if you only have one leg that's qualified, you can earn on 3 generations deep. So what 3 generations mean? It means 3 qualifiers in a row in the business. 3, the depth of 3, if that makes sense. So this is width. If you guys can see me, this is depth. Okay, so 3 generations of depth up until the 4th one, and then you're not going to get paid on it. As an SC and higher, by generating, you need to be qualified. You need to be qualified to do this, and then having at least 4 different legs. So if you've got 4 qualified legs, that means separate to one. Those legs are separate to one another. They don't have to be direct to you. The person that's direct to you, if they are not qualified, but the person underneath them is qualified, that is a qualified leg, right? So if you are 4 generations wide as an SC, a QSSC, or an SSC, if you are 4 generations wide, then you're entitled to 4 generations of depth in that volume. Now, a lot of qualifiers can happen inside that. Now, you can have lots of qualifiers in that. And then once you get to Q and MD, so how do you maximize your check? How do you make sure that you leave no money on the table? Is that you need to get to 5 PB wide. If you are 5 deep, or if you're 6 deep or 7 deep, and you're only 4 wide, you're probably leaving volume on the table, and you aren't earning on that volume. Does that make sense? So I want to have you guys understand that. So you don't get paid forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. The company would go broke. Wade would know that. If everyone just got paid 3% on everyone's business, like, we don't have a business here anymore. Yes, did you know that? I think most people know that one, right? So again, Q and MD, 5 PB wide, and you are away, and away you go. Here's the one that I always got. Here's the other reason why to get 6 PB wide. Number 4, as a Q and MD or higher and higher, by having at least 6 legs with a PB qualifier in each leg, there are no personal PB volume requirements. Hear what I just said? If you are 6 PB wide, you don't need to be personally qualified. You are automatically qualified. It means if you went under 1,800, which I would doubt many would anyway, but again, as we start to build out this strategy, you don't want to do that, to be honest, because the last thing you want to do is your customer volume gets so low that you start to play with this 345 PV that you're meant to be doing every month, and then it's like, oh my, and then all of a sudden you get skyrocket, or you get blindsided by that. Or if you had a 6 PB and then all of a sudden they don't get qualified and you're not qualified, then you can expose you as well, right? I want you guys to get that. Now, I have had an occasion where a leader wasn't on the ball with it. She thought she was 6 PB wide. She wasn't qualified personally. The 6 PB person fell out of qualification last minute, had a cancelled order, and she didn't get paid on her PB for the month, which only cost her about 10 grand for the month. You don't want to have that experience. Yeah, Gabe, imagine that, right? But again, that's what happens when you get complacent, or you kind of just haven't got a business that is strong. And that's why it's important, guys. I'm not encouraging you to fall out of qualification. Get qualified. It's a standard that we set. Stay qualified. But once you get, here's a little bit of a breath that you can build. Get 6 PB wide, and you actually don't need to be personally qualified yourself to earn on that. Now, remembering also that you only can get paid up to 6 generations of depth. Well, that's not true. You can actually get paid more. You can actually get paid on your 6th generation and your 7th generation, which is one of the things that I love about our pay plan, is if you have people in between you and your 5th qualifier that are not 4 and 5 PB wide, and they're not accessing your 6th, which would be your 6th, but their 5th or their 4th, because they're not accessing it, guess who it goes to? It goes to you. Now, what I'm not encouraging you to do is slow people down. You want people to earn good money, but I want you guys, I know this for a fact, is you can often get paid, you will often get paid on your 6th and maybe even 7th generation of qualifiers if the people below you aren't wide enough and accessing the volume that's there. It rolls up to someone. It doesn't just disappear, this money. It has to go to someone in the field. Okay, so really important thing to remember as well. Promote out bonus. This is a really cool one as well.
Adam?
Are you guys all with me? Have I lost you yet? Yes?
Can you just answer Celeste's question so we can go as deep as we go wide?
Up to 5, Celeste. Up to 5. So you will only access 6 and 7 and maybe even 8th generation of depth because people below you aren't wide enough. They're not accessing what they fully should. And then that actually has to roll up to the person above them. So if we're only 3 wide, we're only getting paid 3 down. That's exactly right. So some of you girls, that's the big thing. That's why it's important. And especially if you are starting to get a little bit, what's the word? Creative, and you're trying to build 2 businesses or 2 positions, there's a time to do it. And we're gonna talk into this tonight. I want to really help you guys how to do it. I think you're crazy if you don't build 2 positions over time, but you need to do it the right way, or it can make you or it can break you. So we're going to talk into that. I don't want to get sidetracked with that yet. I'm passionate about that, but we're going to talk about that soon. Let's talk about promote out bonus. So here's the thing about promote out bonus that I want to make it really easy for you guys to understand. Promote out bonus is the same concept as PB. It's the same concept. You got to get to a rank, and then there's a certain amount of volume that you need to get to be POB qualified. PB, get to SP, 1800 of volume. POB, get to SC, and 5,500 of volume. Where does that volume come from? It comes from your own orders. It comes from your up until any SC in any leg the month after someone goes SC. Okay, so that's where all the volume comes from. The same as PB. Remember, get to SP. Any month after that, any of your volume or anyone in your downline up until an SP, the month after they go SP, all that up until the month after they go SP, all that volume contributes to your 1800 for PB. It's exactly the same as POB. Why do you want to be POB qualified? Well, POB qualifying is when you're POB qualified, it means then you put yourself in the arena to start earning on POB. How do you earn on POB? That someone else in your downline needs to be POB qualified, and yet then you're earning 2% on their POB volume. You earn on their POB volume, not on yours, right? So a couple of things. Now, what does POB normally represent? For me, POB qualifying means, it means this represents someone that's actually building. This is someone that is bringing on new team members. They're helping those people get customers. Those customers are contributing to that person's POB, and you're bringing on customers at the same time, and you've got a nice, healthy POB business, POB qualified business. If you're not POB qualified, I wouldn't focus on getting POB qualified. If you ask me, what I'd be doing is I'd get focused on what do I need to do to move my business forward, and then if I'm bringing on some customers and I'm bringing on team, it's normally people. POB qualified people is a good representation of people that are bringing on new team consistently. You guys know who I'm talking to here. Some of you guys are like, I'm not POB qualified. And I'm like, well, how's your recruiting been over the last 12 months? And you probably say it hasn't been great, right? Again, if you guys are building two businesses, this is something that two positions, like, well, you're doing that with your partner, whatever you're doing there. But the thing is, if you're not, you're going to get exposed if you're not doing the things that you need to be doing. And then you fall out of POB and you leave money on the table. So once you're POB qualified, so I want to give you guys the three steps. So by generating at least 5,500 of volume in your own open downline, so that's anyone outside any SC legs that you have, then you're POB qualified. Once you've got two, so if you've only got one POB qualifier in your downline, you must be POB qualified to earn off that POB volume. Once you've got two POB qualifiers in your downline, so you've got two lines of POB qualification, you actually only need to be 50% of the volume. So you only need to be 2750 POB volume to earn off the POB of your downline. Okay, just something to keep in mind, especially you guys that might be building more than one position, right? Just wanting, so again, if you've got two SC POB legs in your business, you need to be at least 2750 of POB volume. And I found out this the hard way. I've been here for 11 years, and I actually didn't know this recently. And my personal POB, I didn't get paid on it a couple of months ago. And I was like, what happened to my POB? I'm like, I didn't think I had to be POB qualified. And then I found out this bit, 2750. I dropped under 2750 for the first time ever. Again, we all make silly mistakes. It cost me a bit of money. Right? But again, we sometimes have got to learn the hard lessons to go, wow, that was a good lesson to learn. I'm not going to make sure I learn that lesson. The last one is, here's the other thing, similar to PB, like PB6 line, by having at least 3 different legs of POB qualified. If you have 3 legs of SC POB qualifiers, it means that you need no POB volume required personally to access and earn on POB, which for me personally, that's probably what I got exposed to. It's been a while since I hadn't had someone hadn't it be POB 3 legs qualified. Okay, are we all good here? It's a lot of information, but I think for me, all that information there on this one is here as well about your bib as well. Oh, and this is about bib. All right, so here, this is about bib. Hang on. So it's different. Last one, bib. How do you max your bib? Let's talk about this one because this one's exciting when you guys understand this. One thing I want you guys to understand is that you get paid bib on every country that you're building in. Every country. You can get paid a maximum of $3,000 for every country that you're building in, that you have volume in. Hear that? Bib, 3,000 per month, up to, you're not getting 3,000, right? But you're Oz, again, 3,000 Australia, 3,000 New Zealand, yes, and away you go. I'm going to read the doc slowly, yes. All right, so the next one is this, bib. Understanding this, how do you open up your bib? So if you are a QSSC, how do you start getting paid on bib? You need to make sure you have one PB leg. QSSC, one PB leg, and your minimum earning for the month is $750. If your minimum earning is $750 or more, then you're going to get paid 5% extra on your earnings for the month. QSSC, one qualifier, earn over $750 for the month, and you're going to get an extra 5% in your account. How good? If you're a QSSC, you have one PB leg, you have one POB leg, and your minimum earnings, I think, is over $750. You're going to get paid 10%. Yep. You're going to get paid 10% extra on your earnings. Earnings on each country that you earned off. Did you hear that? 10%. You're going to earn 10% extra on each country that you earned off. Pretty exciting when you think about that. How do you get to 15%? 2 PB legs, 1 POB leg, and you're going to get paid 15% extra on each country that you earned off. How good? Once you get to SSC, then we jump from 10, 15, and 20%. So once you're in SSC, you've got 2 PB legs, no POB legs. Your minimum earning for the month is $1,250. You're getting paid an extra 10% on your earnings. Some of you here, my guess is that you are SSC, but you've only got one qualified leg. And now you've got a little bit more purpose to go and get another leg qualified, because if you went and worked with someone and helped them get qualified, you've got a nice 10% extra bonus for doing that. Now, I want to say this quick to keep this in mind. You create the structure the month. So the month that you create the structure for bib, you get paid on the volume the following month. Okay, so you create the structure. So if you don't have structure right now, you're like, I'm going to create the structure so I can access my bib, and then you're paid on the volume on the month following. Okay, so the bib is always a flow on to what happens in the following month. Okay, so some of you girls are going to do this. You're going to get an action. You're going to go and get this structure done this month, and then you're going to go to your pay summary and say, why is my bib still 0? It's because you don't get paid bib until the following month. You get paid on the volume that follows. This has been helpful to learn. I used to be 5 club, now 0, such a significant difference. And that's why you guys see, like, where did my bib go? Where did my PB volume, like all those sort of things. So, and here's the cool thing. Some of you girls, if you really got focused, some of you, if you really got focused here, you guys go like, man, now I've got a little bit more purpose and reason to work with someone and get them to senior partner, maybe re-engage a team member that's kind of there. Now it's like, you know, the thing I'm going to give you guys some insight. You messaging a team member and saying, come on, let's get your PB qualified so I can access my bid, Most people aren't going to get motivated. But you got to find their motive. You got to find what's driving them. What's in it for them? There's nothing in it for them probably getting PB qualified. That doesn't sound too sexy. You got to find what moves them. So for me, when I'm working with someone, I'm not talking about get qualified. I'm saying let's get this check back to $500 a month. A byproduct of getting to $500 a month is getting qualified again. You guys understand? Right? So again, it's just learn and what's in it for them for doing it. Right? So understanding that we can talk into some of this stuff. We can maybe there's a part 2 of this following this training around creating a really planned, strategic plan and prospecting your downlines. So senior sales coordinator, you guys got the structure: 2 PB, 0 POB, 2 PB, 1 POB leg, an SSC, 3 PB legs, 2 POB legs, and now you're earning 20% extra on each country that you earn off. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. What you can do. Max payouts, $750. SSC, the max payout of BIB, again, if you're an SSC right now and you've got some good volume going in your business, but you haven't got the structure, like, why do I want to get busy? Because guess what? You could double your capacity on earning on BIB. Literally overnight. Once you get to Q, N, and D, you're going to jump from 750, and then the potential of the max potential is 1,500. Now, you might not be at the capacity to be earning 1,500 on your BIB once you just get to Q, N, and D, but now you've opened it and you've got the potential to do that. So some of you, if you're at SSC right now and your BIB is at 750, guess what? You've already maxed it out. So you actually can't until we get you to the next level. So Q, N, and D, minimum earning 1,750. And then 10, 15, 20%, you guys got the structure. And then NMD, minimum earning 2,500, but you're getting paid potentially 10, 15, or 20%. This is per country. Per country. When we say the max, so NMD, the max means that's not the max that you can make. That's the max that you can make on each country. Right? So if you guys got a strong business in Australia, you've got a strong business in New Zealand, you've got a strong business in Canada, you've got a strong business in the UK, and they're rocking and rolling, you have the ability to earn a maximum $3,000 out of each country. Yes, Kelly, per month. Per month. It's very cool when you guys think about that. That's the potential. Again, it's one step at a time. This thing can really open up. And that's why sometimes I know how some of you are feeling, Adam, when does this thing really start to move? And that's why checks can start to really move once they get to QNMD, NMD, and then they really start to build out the clubs and it starts going. Now, there's definitions for you guys to look into, and you can do all that stuff there. But my guess is that document there is going to help you guys a lot, that you can go back and refer and get some double check and do that. The other thing I want to show you guys really quickly, which I'm going to guess that you already know, and once you understand how to fully, maximize the comp plan. I agree. Like it is. So again, some of the stuff I shared with you guys just now is going to feel a little irrelevant. Like, man, I feel I'm not near this. What am I going to, like, all that sort of stuff. I'm just going to try to get rid of my, how do I get rid of my background? Someone tell me. How do I do that these days? Stupid background. Is there somewhere that says settings somewhere? Video settings, maybe. Click on the camera. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Blur, adjust. Choose. Yep, I got it. Thank you. None. Hey, there we go. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So that's the first part, guys, to understand how it all works, right? In your pig document, everyone's going to be carrying their little pigs around with them everywhere they go. The next bit is where to find some of this stuff in your back office, right? That's the next thing I want to dive into to a certain degree. I'm not going to dive in too far into it, but let's dive into your back office. Let's go here, share screen, here, share. Whoa, I've been locked out. Come on. The back office couldn't be down. Come on, there's no way. Our back office is up, right? Tell me that. That'd be funny. It's never down. Bear with me for 1 sec. How funny. All right. I don't think I've ever. That's ironic. All right, so that's ironic.
It's down on mine as well, Adam.
Anyway. What's that?
It's down on mine as well.
Yeah, it's all good. All good.
So we're not
there's only a
just
couple
picking
things I
on
want to show
you.
guys. What's that?
Not just picking on you, Adam.
No. Actually, I might have. Ooh, look at this. Look at this.
What do you got?
Yeah, I can kind of show you this. Let me show you this. So this was. Can I show you that? Yeah, I'll show you this really quickly. I'll just show you guys really quickly something. So this is an old, but it's pretty much the same, right? It looks similar. The one with the commission, see this commission volume here, gang? See this one? This is the one where you want to go looking out for this 345 number. Yeah, so in the commission volume, we'll give you guys that one. And then you guys know PB, POB, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so that'll give you guys a bit of an idea on where to look for that. Is there any questions so far? We've lost a couple of you. Their brains exploded. Is everyone good? Questions? Gabe, you got a question? You excited? All right, good. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of things that you can go and have a look at for yourself and get into your back office. A couple of things. I wanted to. So where do you? So there's two things that you guys can go find. I'm just going to try to, off the top of my head, try to tell you where to go. So one is the earnings summary. Right, earnings summary. That's one thing to understand. What am I currently earning in each of those areas right now? And some of you, if you're QSSC, SSC, QNMD, NMD, maybe you're asking yourself, am I ever getting paid bib right now? Am I getting paid bib? Should I doing? Thanks, Wade. Doing that. So when you go to that, hang on, I'll see if it's open. Bear with me for a second. Reload. It's trying. No, we're not going to get stuck on it. It's all good. We don't need it. I can just explain it to you guys. So if you go to your back office, you go to the hamburger, you click on the hamburger, and then you go to, have I got it here? Earnings summary, back office. Go to performance, then go to earnings, and that earnings, that tab will open up what you're getting paid per month. How many guys are aware of that one? Yeah? Yeah. Now that should update around the 5th of the 6th, around the 5th of the 6th every month. So if you're like curious, not like, let's wait for the 10th of the month and let's see how much money I won for the month. Like it's like the pokies, but you can go to on the 10th, about the 5th or the 6th of the month, and you can have a look at that, and you can have a look at how you get paid. So I'm going to teach you something else that Wade taught me only last week. So one is, so what do each of the 5 columns mean? SP, What does that mean? It means sales profit. That's your personal customers. That's the 10% that you're earning from all the things. Look at Gabe breathe, like, is that what it means? So SP. So some of you guys have got a really nice SP volume, right? The next one is COM. This is sales profit plus, right? What we're calling sales profit plus. I used to call it override commission, but that is the extra 15% that you're picking up on your own orders, but also the leftover that your downline is not accessing if they're not a sales coordinator and picking up the 25%. Remember, gang, every order that leaves the office, no matter where in the world, Juice Plus pays 25% out to the field on sales profit and profit plus, right? Up to 25%. So if you're entitled to that 25%, you get it on the installment. But if you're not entitled to it, then whatever's left over of the percentage that you're entitled to goes to the uplines until it catches them that are entitled to it. Okay? So that is your COM. PB, that's your performance bonus volume. That is what you're getting paid on your pay line minus your own personal orders, right? So that's PB. PB is the 3% that you're getting paid on the volume of sales outside or your pay line, but keep in mind, minus your own personal pay line, your own personal orders, because you don't get paid 3% on your own personals. Okay, so some of you that have got still a little bit of an immature business and you've got half the customers and you're like, my PB is low because most of the volume is coming from your business, not outside of it. So that PB is important. But again, some people say to me, why do I want to get qualified at it? Because just getting to 1,800 means that you need more orders, and that's going to rise the tide in your business. So even if you need 5 orders, there's 5 more orders, which is 5 premium orders is like, that's worth like $600 to you. So what 5 premium orders are worth to you, you don't get it all up front, but you're going to get a quarter of that and gets paid over. But it also sets a standard that I'm getting qualified, I'm staying qualified, and you set a standard for everyone in your team. That's just what you do. You get to senior partner, you get qualified, you access it, you set a standard. And that's been the message I've always shared. It's not a matter of some people. Again, some people say, why would I get qualified if I've got no volume underneath me? Because the 5 orders that you need to get qualified is worth a shitload of money to you. That's why. And you set a standard that I'm staying qualified and I'm never falling out. And that's what I want to pass on to everyone else. Yeah, it's a solid business. I agree. So the next one is POB. So that is the 2% that you're earning on the direct SC POB qualifiers to you. Okay? So you're earning 2% off that. So some of you guys might be earning POB. Some of you guys are here, you're not earning POB. It's either because you're not POB qualified yourself, or you are POB qualified, but you've got no one in your downline that's POB qualified. Therefore, there's nothing to earn off. Again, you just set a standard. Get POB. What POB represents. If you're not POB, I hate to say it, it's because you're not building. You haven't been recruiting. And you've got to get back to recruiting, and you'll get POB qualified. If you're helping a team member get POB qualified, POB qualification will be a byproduct of them moving their business in the direction towards the check that they want to be earning. They'll naturally get POB qualified. Trying to get someone, if you need to get someone POB qualified to rank advance, it's a pretty hard conversation. Get POB qualified. Why? Because I need you to. Like, it's just like, that isn't about them. You got to find out what's their motive, what's going to drive them. And for me, it's about help them get the check that they're after, or at least progress it in the direction that they want. Map out a plan. If they need, getting to SC, getting to QSSC, then bringing on new team members, that volume, while they're building that, will all contribute to that POB volume. And then the last one is BIB. How many guys would like to open your BIB? Now you know about BIB a little better. Good. So one of the things I would encourage you guys to do is, if you're not currently earning bib, or you are earning bib, but you're like, man, my bib's only really, now I understand it, it's only 5%. If I just got one more qualifier, it could be 10% next month, right? So again, giving you guys and girls more motivation is why, like, man, I'm leaving some money on the table that I'm not leaving on the table anymore. Time to get to work. Any questions? Okay, good. Last
Adam,
one.
did you want to
Yes.
come back to the second position? You asked me to remind you about that, and width and depth.
Yeah. Yes, I will. And again, we can do this in two things. We can come back and I'll just brush over this today, and we can come back. You guys can do a little bit of a debrief where I'm at, where I'm going to, and then we can talk about like really getting constructive in a plan. I had a really great chat with a team member who's an absolute rock star in our community the other day, and we went over a strategy to move her check forward, and she went from, I feel overwhelmed, I don't know what to do, I don't know, I just blah, 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 crying, like all the stuff, and by the end of it she's like, oh wow, okay, I'm excited again. Because it's like clarity. Just put customers here, team here. That's all you need to do, and just get back to work. So I'll give you guys a bit of a brief of that. The last thing I want to just say really quick, there is an extended version of how you're getting paid. So you can start to look at, am I getting paid on 4 PBY? Is there depth of 3, 4, and 5 PB of depth? And you guys could go into the hamburger. You go into, it's the VO up, yeah, please. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So I'll show you this one, quick share. I'll find it if I look at it. So hamburger, the other, yeah, so you're gonna go to teams. So this is an extended version of your thing. You go to commissions, yeah, then you pick a month, so March, and then you hit download, and it will give you a very detailed version of what you're getting paid every month from every country. If you're getting paid on your second generation, third generation, like here's the thing, here's the alarm bells. When you've got a high volume, the last line where it says you're getting paid on like PB3 and it's a large volume, my guess is that you've got volume in PB4 that you're not currently accessing because you're only 3 wide. And so that's pay line that be going towards promotions. That's pay line that you're not earning off. It's all those sort of things. Okay. And someone once told me that your pay line, when you think about what the generations you're earning off, should look like a diamond, not like a Christmas tree. And what I mean by that, the top to middle half of the 5 generations, the second and third generation should be the fattest in volume. It says that that's a good, healthy, growing business. If all of it has sunk to the bottom, if most of your volume is at the bottom, it means that that's a business that, you get a bit fat and it all sags to the bottom a little. That's what's going on in your business. Your business is getting a bit fat and lazy, and it needs a bit of plumping up at the top end again. Let's get it moving back up there again. Some of you guys are going to look at your business and go, oh yeah, this is true, huh? Like just this fresh new volume's kind of further away from me right now. And the risk is, as it matures even more, then you've got heaps of volume that's not even sitting in your business anymore, because you only get paid at 5 depth with a few terms and conditions that you can actually get paid 6 and 7 depth, but I wouldn't be counting on it. All right, let's talk about strategy really quickly. A really key one that I want to talk to you guys about, and it's very controversial because sometimes it's advised to just build business one and don't build another business. my experience is that there is a time to build a second business and there's a time not to. Here's the first bit. If you are not consistently recruiting customers, you're not consistently recruiting team, then trying to run two businesses, trying to keep two businesses going, you're going to get exposed real quick. And then it's going to feel really freaking hard. Okay, it is going to feel hard. But if you are consistently bringing on team, and what does that look like? It's probably 1 or 2 team members a month. All right, if you're bringing on 1 team member every single month, and you're bringing on three to 5 customers most months, then I would say to you, you have the capacity to probably build that second business with your partner or whatever you're doing, right? Or your dog. I don't know. That might not be compliant, but whatever it is. But I want to also give you guys a visual. If this is you, and this is, we'll call this, just for the sake of it, business 1, that's you. But then you've decided that, oh, this is smart. I'm going to get my husband to sign up. He's really doing it, Adam. He's working really hard. I'm sure he is. But so doing this. Now, I love that our compensation plan does not allow people to go and start up a second position or their partner's position and rank advance until they've got over the first hurdle of getting to QSSC. I love that. As a matter of fact, I might have had something to do with pushing to make sure that that got passed through, because cheating the system, you're not going to advance any quicker, right? Sooner or later, you're going to have to learn how to do this thing properly. But in saying that, is if this is you and you have, you're at least 3 PB wide. If you're at least 3 PB wide, so it means you've got 3 lines of qualification, and you're bringing on team consistently, and you're bringing on customers consistently, then I would say to you, I think you've got the capacity to work the second business. I would say, and I actually think you'd be silly not to do it, especially if you've got a fair bit of volume going on in your business. Because if you're only 3 PB wide and you've got someone here, not this business, because that's the one that, well, we'll call that business 2. That's what you're going to start. You've got a 3 PBs, 3 businesses running, and you've got one person here that's an absolute freaking rock star, just rocking it and building, and they're building depth in their business. You got to get this thing to 4, and you want to be thinking about getting this thing to 5 PB, because you're leaving money on the table every single month. Wade's paying it out no matter what, right? He's paying it out no matter what. If it doesn't go to you, guess where it goes? When this 4th generation stuff, if it doesn't go to you, it goes to your upline. They're earning off it. And if they're not qualified, then the person above them's earning it. Someone's going to get it. And then all of a sudden it gets to Linda, or it gets to Lauren Lahav, or it gets to Jeff Roberti, and Jeff does not need any more money. He's good. Let's keep it in Australia. Let's keep the economy strong, right? So I want you guys to think about that. So again, if you are 3 PB wide, ultimately we want to get position 1 to 6 PB wide. We want to get it 6 PB wide. Preferably, you want to get it to 7 PB wide would be, for me, the safe hold. 7 PB qualified legs means that I can stop stressing about business 1, and it's good. But I will say this, once you get to 7, certainly if you get it to 8 and you're not building a second business, I think you don't understand how we get paid. And you need to start building your partner's business together. I know you're doing it with them. We have to keep this compliant, but doing this, right? So I want you guys to understand this part. Again, here's the fun thing about it. When you start to do that, this is the strategy. Right now, if you are only three, let's say you're the first part, so this isn't here, and you've just added your second business here because you're 3 PB wide. And you're going to build your this second position, your partner's position, and it's going to be your 4th PB leg. The strategy is simple. All customers go in business position number 2. All team go under position number 1. Until you get position 1 to 6, preferably 7 PB wide. Now, I know what some of you guys are going to be tempted to do is you're going to be tempted to try to get this position to sales coordinator and QSSC and start putting team members underneath this before you get this thing to 5 and 6 PB wide. I know some of you are guilty of it. The only thing you might think about is getting this position to SC, right? You might think about getting this to SC, but preferably you just get it there, customer path, because you're putting all the customers here, and this business will stay qualified because the new team members that you're bringing on, the volume will help this thing stay qualified. Does that make sense? Pretty simple strategy. But then there'll be a complete flip. Once you get this business to 6, 7 PB wide, then you flip the game. You put all your team members under business position 2, your partner's position, and you put all your customers here. Until this one is doing a PB volume of at least 2,500, 3,000 a month. So you have nothing to worry about it not being PB qualified ever. And then once you've got this doing that, so the person I caught up with the other day, her PB volume in her position 1 is like 3.5 grand a month. And she said, I'm worried about my position 1 falling out of qualification. I'm like, babe, you got 3.5 grand a month in PB qual. I think you're okay. Stop putting customers here. You don't need customers here. Go and start putting everything here, because here's the thing. Not only are you earning all that off business 1, and you're bringing on team members, which is going to flourish, but you're also earning another 3% on all the customers in here as well. Are you excited about this bit? Brian, did I tell him too much? But I want you guys to, like, honestly, guys, so many of you here are so close, or have been so close, of opening up the damn wall. And somewhere along the line, you know, it's a bit like the story about KFC. You guys know about Colonel Sanders and how many restaurants he went to with these famous herbs and spices? How many restaurants he actually went to? How many people he pitched these famous herbs and spices? Like tens of thousands, I believe. But he never gave up. He believed in it. He was doing it. This is going to turn into something. And then I don't know what number it was, but it was a big number. Finally, someone said, yep, we'll give it a go. I'm telling you, some of you, that you have been so close. And the cool thing is, I want you just to blow this thing up really just quickly. Imagine getting this thing, like if I got 6 PB wide, I would expect if you're 6 PB wide, you're going to be probably close to 18 clubs. You're going to be somewhere between 12 to 18 clubs once you get 6 PB wide, right? There's got to be at least one person there that does something. So I'd expect most 6 PB, 7 PB wide is that you're going to have one. Now, some of you are like, you know, and this is harsh when I say this. You can't complain about your check. You can't complain about people, team members, if you're not 6, 7 PB wide. I'm telling you right now, it's got nothing to do with the people. It's hard reality sometimes. Until you get 6 and 7 PB wide, I'm telling you, there's only one problem with your business. It's you. You got to get back to work. You got to get focused. You got to get back committed, get your stake in the ground, pivot. What do I need to do? There's people, this works. I know someone who just went QNMD 2 months ago, and what? She's only got structure to deal with to get to NMD now. 2 months ago, she went QNMD. She's been working so hard for so long, showing up, doing the thing, and I'm telling you, the damn wall has broken. Like, it's like this thing's, it's nuts. Every single one of you here, it's just, you've got to have a plan. And the cool thing is if I do this, if I got this thing to 6 PB wide, and the thing is, if I then get this thing, like you think about 18 club, but then I go and build this thing out, and I go and build this to 6 club, not only am I earning 6 club here, but I'm earning another 6 club here. So now you're earning on a multiplier. Some people ask me, Adam, like, how did you and your partner, when you first started here, how did you guys get this thing to a 6-figure a month income? It's because we maxed the pay plan. We maxed the pay plan. Get that first business to a point where it doesn't make sense, and put everything under business 2 and watch it freaking multiply. Watch it multiply. It's a multiplier effect. So again, the first thing is, I'm going to wrap it up on this. You have to build the foundation first. You've got to get back to that. Every single one of you here can do it. I know you can do it. It's not going to happen overnight. It's about recalibrate. It's about reset. It's about work out what's really driving you. What do I need to get back to? You've all done it. I've seen every single one of you here get results in your business when you decide, this is what I'm doing and I'm going to go for it. And stop trying to do it. Just do it. Get focused. Get back to the things that move the needle, and the results are there. Build the foundation, and then we'll expand. Build the foundation first. Get back to 3 PB wide. Get back to 4 PB wide. Build out the 5th and 6th PB wide. It might take 6 months. It might take 8 months to get it back. But I'm telling you guys, it's worth it. And the season and the opportunity that we have right now inside Juice Plus, with what Travis is doing, with the products that they're bringing to the market, I'm telling you, you guys here are going to be rewarded for your effort and your tenacity and your loyalty and your commitment to stay in the game. But again, I hope this gives you guys some framework. I'm happy to do a follow-up after this where we can dive in. It's a lot of information, but it's pretty simple when you think about it. It's pretty simple. Just get back to work. And honestly, sometimes it's just get back to work, and the comp plan will just sort itself out along the way. Don't get too lost in the pig document. Any last questions before we wrap it up? Was it helpful?
Hey,
Was it too much?
What would
Michelle?
Yeah, I've got a question. What would your advice be with my second business, my husband, my super active partner?
Yes.
I'd like took notes now. I can't remember what it was exactly, but essentially the stuff that I need to do with my business that you've explained.
Yeah.
If I do that right now, prior to conference, in the short term, I'm not going to qualify for my re-promoting to senior partner, which obviously I want to achieve that. But the long-term goal, that doesn't serve my
Yes.
long-term goal. So like, can you say what your advice would be?
Well, tell me, if you were to bring on 2 or 3 team members in the next 2 months and get them moving, would business one not get to re-promote to senior partner? It would. It's only senior partner. Michelle, if I told you you're going to get 3,900 points in your business just from new team in the next 30 days, I know you could do it. I know you could do it. If I found enough leverage, you know, if it was my kids, I'm just saying I'm taking your iPads off you until you do it. And they'd get it done overnight. So that's my kids' leverage, is their iPads. Maybe some of you here have to create a leverage for yourself as well. Like I don't get to, I don't know, whatever it is, until I get this thing done. I don't get to watch the TV shows. I don't get to do, you know, don't take the things the way that, but you know what I mean? Like it's like, what do I need? What am I willing to give up to get this thing done? And be careful the excuses that we start to tell ourselves of why we can't do it. And we're like, I'm like, why can't you re-promote both? Michelle, if I told you you need to go and do 3,900 in new customer orders in the next 2 months, I know you could do it. And if you've got 2 businesses, if you've already got it set up, here's the thing. You know, I hear some people that they've went and built their partner's business and now they're like, oh, I don't know what, I've got these 2 businesses. What am I doing? I'm like, you're going to get exposed if you stop bringing on customers and stop bringing on team. Now, if you're not prepared to do the work, you probably need to get rid of one of the businesses maybe somehow or think about. But if you're prepared to do the work, you got nothing to worry about. Because you put all your new team under business one, and those new team members are going to get this business back to being strong qualified, unless you need to be careful of the 345 PV, which I'm going to guess is not a problem for you, but that'd be the only reason you'd be putting customers back in here, because you're like, oh, it's a bit worrying how close this is to 345. But if it's 1,200 of personal, then you're like, I'm good there, and I'm just the rest of my PB volume for this business is going to come from bringing on new team members, and I'm going to put all my new customers under this second position. And I've got no doubt, Michelle, you decide, all right, I'm going to get enough customers in the next 2 months while I get 2 or 3 team members, so this thing gets to 3,900. Be a cool story to tell people when you get there, that I got both positions to 3,900. And Celine, can I bring a guest? Can I bring one of my team members and blow their mind if I get both positions to re-promote to senior partner? I don't know. Get it done first before you go ask Celine. I forgot this is recorded. But you know what, if you've got some skin in the game, then you got something to negotiate with. Good question though. It's a good question because it comes up a lot. Should I get rid of? No, well, I wouldn't if you're going to build this thing out. But if you're going on a holiday and going to not work anymore, yeah, it might make sense to get rid of that other business, because it doesn't sound like you're working 1, let alone 2. You know what I mean? Not saying that's you, Michelle, but I just, you know what I mean? Like that's the advice I give to people. Any other questions? Amanda, you okay? Garish, Sarah?
I'm good. I'm just way back in the rebuild phase again.
Good. So here's what I want to help you with really quick. How could you say that in a more powerful way? Because it didn't feel powerful.
I'm excited to get back to 3 club again and bring on some new fresh who are going to work this. with me.
So I'm glad that you're able to say it better for me. But I want you to, I want to feel it when you say it. So I know I don't expect it to happen in a second, right?
Okay.
So if that means that you have to go and
find you at conference and let you know I'm back at 3 Club and you'll shout me a drink.
Good. And my question would be this: why do you want to get back to 3 Club?
To be totally honest, I'm motivated by the money.
Good.
And right now, like, life has changed for me in the last 2 years.
So stay with me. This is good. This is good. Tell me, what do you want to get your check back to? What's the number? What's the number that allows you to breathe? Is things tough a little at the moment and scary? So what's the number? What do you need to get your check back to feel like you can breathe again?
The first number would be 2,000 a month.
Okay, good. Have you got a plan to get it back to 2K?
I got on a call with Corinne the other week and just got her to help me understand the back office and understand my reports and where I need to be. And then, yeah, I'm just starting again with doing what I know how to do best, which is bringing on customers. And then I'm leading with the detox program at the moment. And I found that getting the customers and having a good experience is such an easy lead in with bringing them on as team. So
I like it. So
yeah, so kind of my plan.
So here's the short story around 2,000 a month. It's you having a solid customer base of about 25 to 30 active customers.
Yeah.
Right? If you've got 20 to 25 active customers, you're earning without any team about $500-600 a month. That's an easy formula, guys, that you can share with any team member. Easy formula.
That's where I was 6 months ago when we launched the detox. It was sitting at around 2,000 a month, and I dropped right back to 0 Club. And that was just me just smashing it with customers, and I've got a few team that have got a few orders. And then the last 6 months it's dropped right back. Like I've lost $1,000 in my paycheck. And then 2 months ago I dropped out of POB as well.
Well, I don't think that'd be affecting you. I don't think that'd be affecting you that much. Here's the thing. Remember what I said before? There's a reason why you dropped out of POB.
Yeah.
It's because you stopped recruiting.
No excuses at all. Like I just have not been recruiting.
I only share that with you because I just want you to, like, I know it's easy to get down in the dumps about the reality, but what I want to help you girls with, everyone here, is that you feel empowered to move forward. And this is the thing, because so when you share with me, I've dropped out of POB, that didn't feel good. And for me, girl, it's like, well, that's what we'd expect. And the cool thing is, you could turn it around in a second, but sometimes to turn it around in a second is to own the situation. It is what it is. Of course I dropped out of POB. Like I've stopped recruiting. I'd expect that. If you, like anyone that drops out of POB, I'm telling them right now, it's because you haven't recruited anyone for at least 6 to 8 months, really. And so the thing is, if you are recruiting and you're falling out of POB, then the next part is that I need to work on these people that are coming in through, if they're coming through the detox, how am I helping them get their first 3 to 5 customers as easily as possible? Yeah. Right? Like, what's the strategy with that?
That's exactly what I said to Corinne when I jumped on the call with her. And then, so last month I got back into POB, did it straight away. And then it's dropped out again this month. So I'm like, okay, I just need more volume.
Yes, and again, it's just the plan. All right, how do we break this thing down? And the cool thing is, because you're good at getting customers, 2,000 a month. I would normally say to people is that you need to have about a 6 club business to be earning 2,500 a month. But if you're really good at getting customers, like give you guys I say to people, if you're just doing customers, 25 customers, personal customers, is about 500 a month. If you want to get it to 1,000 a month just on customers, you need about 40 active customers. That's a lot. 40 active customers means that you've probably recruited 60 customers in about a 4-month period. And the reality is that there's going to be a dropout effect of a third of them. That's just reality. And so by the time we get through the 4 months and you do 60 and we lose a third, you've got 40 active customers. It's just simple maths. And now you're earning 1,000 a month. Now that's not a business that's not a network marketing business. That's an e-com business. And that, you know this, Amanda, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
But we want to build out a sales team. But the cool thing is, if you can have a nice, healthy customer base of 20 to 20 or 25 healthy, if you've got 25 customers and you can teach 3 or you can teach 4 people how to do that, you'll be earning really close to 2,000 a month. So you only need about a 4 club business if you've got a good. So it's about, all right, I've got to get in the rhythm of how am I getting back to recruiting and doing that. So if that's coming through my customers, awesome. I just can't help but think that, girl, your story, your journey, why this makes sense to you, and finding other, like, I'll just tell you, let's quickly talk about fitness professionals. One-on-one personal training is dead. How many one-on-one personal trainers are out there in the market right now that are like, this is dead? Everyone's doing group exercise right now. And how can I find these people that are passionate about fitness, just like me, that I can share my own personal experience, my own personal story, and I can say, have you ever thought about leveraging off the back of an amazing program? Because I'm leveraging off this program. It's been amazing. The results, the extra income. Would you be open and interested? Let's have a chat. You got this, girl.
Forgot about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Good to see you. All right,
Thank
we're definitely done. No one's ever getting on a call with me again. You guys know how it rolls. But thanks, Sandy. It's good to be on. I know I spoke a lot. I know there's a lot of information. I hope you guys got lots out of it. We'll probably edit half of this out, but for a regular training call. But maybe we can circle back around in the next week or two, Sandy, for those that really want to just have a bit of a strategy session with them. And I know I've been speaking to Corinne a little bit and Celine a little bit about just helping even Corinne with helping you guys with some strategies better to understand this bit. It's a game changer. There's no doubt.
Adam, thank you for pep talk, tough love, the training. I don't think anybody knows it to the depth that you do. So anyone feeling empowered and equipped and ready to make a difference, because Adam gave so many tips that you can really put into effect right away and make a change. So I saw a lot of lights go off when you talked about bibs and, just about where to put your focus that can make a difference right away. So thank you so much. And thank you, everyone who participated and stayed to the end. I know it was a marathon, but well worth it. So Adam will take you up on your offer of another call. And
love to do that.
Yeah.
And maybe even Michelle, there might even be an opportunity, because I know Corinne, we've even spoken about maybe even like a bit of a coaching learning experience for Corinne as well. Maybe there might be a few opportunities with a few of you here that we could do a session that it is with Corinne and I, and Corinne can sit in and just see how we really map that out. So maybe,
great.
First investor, those that stuck around to the end here today, maybe if you guys get proactive and say, hey, I'd be more than happy to jump on, you know, a couple of sessions with Corinne and walk her through how kind of break that down. Yeah.
Well, I know she'll be watching the recording as well. So,
Hi, Corinne.
there you go. And you better give a message to Fee because she owes
Oh yeah,
you
Fee,
something
you
now.
I'm pretty sure it was at least a couple of drinks at conference she owes me now.
So there you go.
And I really enjoy winning. So thank you.
I read this. I read this great quote today that we can end on, and it says, "If you want freedom, don't expect a free ride. It's going to cost you time and effort."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
on
It's
that
worth it,
note,
gang.
okay, thank you, Adam, and thank you everybody for joining.
Bye.